Peace and blessings and a whole lot of love. Miss Hadia and Getty right here. I pulled up an article because me and my son was talking about overthinking. I think me and two of my children been working on it for the past year, and I have gotten better. I don't overthink as much. So I decided I'm gonna go just pull up an article so I can share it for those who may have that same problem. Overthinking is it can cause a lot of problems. You spend time overthinking, analyzing things that happened in the past instead of focus on the here and now, and it can stop you from really growing. And like I said, I have gotten extremely better because I had a habit of overthinking about things that I've been through, analyzing, saying, "What if I did this? I shouldn't have did this. I should have did this." I can't change what happened in the past. Only I can do is learn from it and move forward. Get the lessons that I've learned from it and apply it to the here and now. So I decided to pull up an article, and I'm just going to share the article with you all. It reads, overthinking doesn't sound so bad on the surface. Thinking is good, right? But overthinking can cause problems. When you overthink, your judgments get cloudy and your stress get elevated. You spend too much time in the negative, and it can become difficult to act. Classes are dirty. Ugh. Okay. Number one, it says it reads, if this feels like a familiar territory to you, here are 10 simple ideas to free yourself from overthinking. And this article is taken from www.inc.com. 10 simple ways to stop your overthinking. Number one, awareness is the beginning of the change. Before you can begin to address or cope with your habit of overthinking, you need to learn to be aware of it when it is happening. Anytime you find yourself doubting or feeling stressed or anxious, step back and look at the situation and how you are responding. And that moment of awareness is the seed of the change you want to make. Number two, don't think of what can go wrong, but what can go right. In many cases, overthinking is caused by a single emotion, fear. When you focus on all the negative things that might happen, it's easy to become paralyzed. Next time you sense that you're starting to spiral in that direction, stop. Visualize all the things that can go right and keep those thoughts present and up front. Number three, distract yourself into happiness. Sometimes it's helpful to have a way to distract yourself with happy, positive, healthy alternative. Things like meditation, dancing, exercise, learning an instrument, knitting, drawing, and painting can distance you from the issues enough to shut down the over-analysis. Number four, put into perspective. It's always easy to make things bigger and more negative than they need to be. The next time you catch yourself making a mountain out of a molehill, ask yourself how much it will matter in 5 years. Or for the matter, next month. Just this simple question, changing up the time frame, can help you shut down overthinking. Some people tend to overthink about maybe the past, something that may have happened, and they haven't dealt with it. Some people may be overthinking about what's going to happen in the future. A lot of people tend to do that when they get in new relationships. Overthink, well, what if it don't work out? What if I be nice to this person and they mistreat me? People tend to overthink when they get in new relationships. People overthink when they go on a job interview. Number five, stop waiting for perfection. This is a big one. For all of us who are waiting for perfection, we can stop waiting right now. Being ambitious is great, but aiming for perfection is unrealistic, impractical, and deliberating. The moment you start thinking, this needs to be perfect, is the moment you need to remind yourself, waiting for perfect is never as smart as making progress. Number six, change your view of fear. Whether you are afraid because you failed in the past, or you are fearful of trying, or overgeneralizing some of other failures, remember that just because things did not work out before does not mean that they has to be the outcome every time. Remember, every opportunity is a new beginning, a place to start again. Number 7, put a timer to work. Give yourself a boundary. Set a timer for 5 minutes and give yourself that time to think, worry, and analyze. Once the timer goes off, spend 10 minutes with a pen and paper writing down all the things that are worrying you, stressing you, or giving you anxiety. Let it rip. When the 10 minutes is up, throw the paper out and move on, preferably to something more fun. And number 8, realize you can't predict the future. No one can predict the future. All we have is now. If you spend the present moment worrying about the future or even worrying about things that happened in the past, you are robbing yourself of the time right now. Spending time on the future is simply not productive. Spend that time instead on things that give you joy. Number 9, accept the best. The fear that grounds overthinking is often based in feelings that you are not good enough, not smart enough, or hard working enough, or dedicated enough. Once you've given an effort to your best, accept it as such and know that while success may depend in part on some things you can't control, you've done what you could do. And last not least, number 10, be grateful. I wake up every morning and just say I am grateful for all that I have. You can't have a great regretful You can't have a regretful thought and a grateful thought at the same time. So why not spend the time positively? Every morning, every evening, make a list of what you are grateful for. Get a gratitude button and exchange list so you have a witness to the good things that are around you. Overthinking is something that can't happen to anyone. But if you have a great system for dealing with it, you can at least ward off some of the negative, anxious, stressful thinking and turn it into something useful, productive, and effective, and most of all, positive. Peace, blessings, and lots and lots and lots and lots of love. Like I said, this article was taken from www.inc.com. 10 simple ways you can stop your overthinking.